Our next guests today are Roberta Hunt and Dennis Morgeson with the Washington County Extension Office. Welcome.
Thank you.
Roberta, now I'm never good on titles. I always say the 4-H lady.
So do a lot of children. That's a popular title for me as 4-H lady. But
You've been there a long time now.
exactly.
How
And,
many years?
Well, I have been here 34 years.
Oh, I just can't believe it.
I know, time flies, doesn't
I know
it?
it.
I had all your kids in 4-H
Yeah.
growing up, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
But we try to stay current with the time and do all the new things and try to do things that children will enjoy. And some things don't change. Kids still like to go to camp, and they still like to do livestock projects and school activities. So we keep them busy.
Yeah, yeah. So, what is your official title, Roberta?
I'm County Extension Agent for 4-H Youth Development.
Okay. Whew, long title. But now, I have to ask you, I know that, because I saw where a lot of the kids did different projects, and they had, they were at the state fair.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what were some of those that
Well, the
came
state.
in they were
Right.
winners?
Just 4 weeks ago, our young people had entered projects and livestock activities at the state fair, and we had several class champions and grand champions. And you'll probably see some of those, or if you see this after the county fair sorghum festival, they will be also having those at the county fair exhibits during the festival. So clothing, sewing, cooking, cake decorating, leaf collections, crafts, just a little bit of
Country
everything.
hams.
Country hams.
Yeah, curing those country hams.
And that has
Yeah.
become a really popular project, and so all of our kids did wonderful at the state fair, and we're very proud of them.
Yeah. So those will be on display at the Washington County Fair at the Sorghum Festival this weekend.
Yes.
Now, will those? They will just be on display. They won't be,
No, the children have a chance to bring those in to be judged again. So
Oh,
all of
okay.
them may not choose to bring them in again, but we encourage them to bring them in, and they'll be judged on the county level or the county fair level.
Okay.
Yes.
There are cash prizes, correct?
There are rosettes and cash prizes, so some children go away with a good-sized check.
Wow. Gosh, they didn't have that, Roberta, when my kids were in 4-H. Dang on it.
Well, I do want to mention there's a couple of classes that, we have all categories for adults as well as youth, and we have the farm art and the ugly lamp contest and the doll contest. So there's a lot of other things other than your typical county fair exhibits that people can get involved in and bring exhibits for.
Yeah. So I think did you have that last year, the farm art?
Yes, we've had that for a number of years.
And that is really nice. I really enjoyed that because you had that in different age categories.
That's correct, adult and youth.
Okay.
No,
Was
I
just-
take that back. Farm art is just open to anyone, one class.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, but there are some categories then I remember where they had different age
The
groups.
county fair exhibits will have, in the art and all, will have different age groups.
Okay.
But the ugly lamp and the farm art is open
to everybody.
to everyone, yes.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, the ugly lamp contest is always a fun one to
It is. Mhm.
see, so or to participate in, and so that's this, and then you'll have the 4-H booth as well.
We will. We'll be selling sorghum, and last year we sold out, so I would advise everyone to, come early on Saturday and even Sunday morning if you come down on Sunday, because by right afternoon on Sunday, I think we had sold completely out. We have sorghum suckers, sorghum cookbooks, and then half pints, pints, and quarts of sorghum.
Yeah. And who's making that sorghum?
Well, this actually came from the top producer in the state, Danny Townsend out of Jeffersonville, Kentucky, which is located in Montgomery County. And he is known throughout the state of being one of the top producers. And I grew up in Montgomery County, and so that's my connection, and went there and picked up all the sorghum last week.
Oh, great, great. And I love those sorghum suckers, my favorite. And so then, those are things that you have going on. Now, is it too late for anyone to sign up to, or can they just sign up at the county fair that day?
Oh, yes, they bring in their exhibits,
Okay.
and they're registered at that time, and they can come in basically from maybe about 10 in the morning. They probably should try to get their exhibits there before 4 if possible, because that's when all the other booths set up downtown, things start getting crowded.
Yeah.
But they do have until 6 to register those exhibits. They're judged that evening, and then they're on display Saturday and Sunday, and they have to pick those exhibits up between 3 and 4 p.m. on Sunday.
And that's at the Louisville store?
Yes.
Yeah, Louisville store building. We still call
Right.
it the Louisville store.
Right.
Yeah. And Dennis, I guess you've got, there'll be exhibits that, or, cause with plants.
Yeah,
and-
at the Sorghum Festival, the Washington County Beekeepers Association will have honey down there for sale for those that want to get local honey. That's what a lot of people are out to get, that, because it is local and it's better for you if it is local. Just like all food is better if it's local.
Exactly.
And then the Wheelbarrow Series is what I want to come up, and we're kind of winding down for the 2017. The next class is October the 10th. And that's at 10 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. at the Extension office. It's on daffodils, and there will be bulbs there. So if anybody's interested, call the Extension office. You can sign up. It's $20, and you'll go home with a lot more than $20 worth of bulbs. Obviously, that's the way we usually do those. And then the last class in the Wheelbarrow for this year is October the 24th, and that's at 10 and 6. And it's on composting. I know a lot of people are asked a lot of questions about that and how to get that done, and how to do it properly. So it's a little more technique to it than what we think. It's not just piling a bunch of stuff out there and waiting for it to decompose. You've got to do a little bit of work to get good compost. So that's just a couple things that's going on. And I know Roberta and I wanted to give an update about the Extension office. We've had a lot of people asking about that. If you don't know, we're building a new office here in Washington County, and it's going to be out on Corporate Drive, which is across the road in the industrial park from the technical school there, off of 555. If you haven't drove by there, it's good to drive by there and take a look at it. You can get to see the shape of the building now, and there's brick and rock and those things. And we're hoping to have that finished sometime in February or March. So that's the timetable for us, and it's going to give us a lot more room and a lot more space to have meetings and things. Anybody that's been to our office knows that we're cramped. And if you've ever tried to get the meeting room to have a meeting or something, it's kind of hard to do. It's busy just about every night.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm remiss in that I didn't, your title, Dennis, is.
Oh, sorry about that.
What is it?
Agent for Horticulture Education for Washington County.
Yeah.
Yes, they've added education to our titles now, so.
Well,
that's what we do.
You've
but,
always been educated.
right, that's what we
for
do,
sure.
but they've just added
Yeah.
it to our titles now.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm doing horticulture, so if anybody's got any questions, give me a call.
Yeah.
Do home visits, those kinds of things. More than welcome. I'm more than happy to come
we
out.
know how fortunate we are in this county to have you. Not every county has.
Right. There's about 30 of us in the state
Yeah.
now, so we kind of fluctuate in numbers, but
Yeah.
most counties are more, some of the larger counties have them. Washington County is the smallest county population-wise to have a horticulture agent.
Yeah, so we're very fortunate indeed.
Well, I think so.
I do too, and I know I've called on you numerous times to check out a plant and see what's wrong with it, and
Some bats.
bats. And I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed my garlic growing class.
Well, good. I'm glad.
So I've gotten my garlic bulbs planted now. So we'll see. Although it is warm weather, I wish
I think we'll be okay.
yeah.
It's going to cool down tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. So, and but those classes for our listening audience who have not attended any of those, they really are worth
And there's
Very well
about
worth
anywhere
it.
from 18 to 20 spread out throughout the season. So I'm taking ideas right now for classes for next year. If anybody's got something that they're really wanting and like to see a class in horticulture, give me a call and we'll put it down. And if we have enough interest, then it'll be on the lineup for next year.
Yeah, well, great.
I've got a list of about 10 or 12 things already from people that I keep up with, so then I'll decide on which
Yeah.
ones were the most requested.
Yeah.
So we'll find out what that be, and that'll come out sometime in January. That'll be mailed out.
Okay.
The new list. We usually have people calling in December, but we don't mail that out until after the first of the year. And this year it's going to be interesting to see with the new building finishing up about the time that these classes would start. So we've got
Yeah.
some work cut out for us.
Yeah.
And I know all of my 4-H project clubs are looking forward to being able to have plenty of room to meet and facilities that will help them, conduct their programs more effectively. And one of the things that we're going to have in the office that I think that's going to be a really nice addition for both Dennis and the 4-H program is a project room that has drains in the floor. It's tiled up the side, so if Dennis ends up slinging a lot of dirt around, or if our country ham kids, spray a little past their country hams, then it's all good.
We can wash it down. All the tables will be stainless steel in there, just like you'd have at a restaurant, which is good for that. And then the seating is all plastic, so everything in there can be sprayed down. So it's going to really help us
Oh,
for
wow.
dirty programs, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Or the ones when we repot stuff, or the master gardeners make their wreaths for the wreath sales at Christmas time. We won't have to worry as much about the flooring and stuff in there.
Yeah.
And our rabbit and poultry project kids can bring in their animals, for a project meeting, and you don't have to worry about that because you can wash and Clorox everything down. So it's going to be quite a great addition to be able to do those, and plus a teaching kitchen where we have multiple areas. You can have a lot of different groups of young people or adults learning to cook at the same time. So it's going to be a great addition to the community.
And then our large meeting room will be able to be broken down into 3 smaller meeting rooms. So we could have, 3, 4, 5, 6 meetings going on there at one time. But right now we can't do that. So it's really going to make it a lot better. Because we have requests for the space a lot. So when we have more room, we know that, we'll be able to accommodate more people.
Well, I know that, of course, Cabrina does the WOW program, Washington on Wellness, and has those meetings. I've attended some of those that, and you have all these the school youth, and then, different agencies within the community that meet, and that's a great program, by the way. And then you have, who else meets down there? I know with the cattlemen.
All the project groups meet there. The cattlemen will have meetings there. We've had job fairs there. Sweda has used our building for their appreciation luncheons. I mean, you'd be
That's
surprised
right,
if you were to
yeah.
look back through our book. There's some other programs that are done there through some of the health insurance, state health insurance programs. I mean, it's surprising when
we
you
had Red
get
Cross
to
training there. We
right.
did,
So I mean, it could be a little bit of
Yeah.
everything comes through there, but
Yeah.
we don't charge for people to use our meeting facility. It's nonprofits, but nonprofits and educational things or job things, they get it. But now we don't let people have it for baby showers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're more for the
Education.
educational and nonprofit, those kinds of
Right.
places.
We've got the
which
Sun
is free.
House in Springfield we can use for those. That the city
Exactly,
gives out.
exactly.
We can
That's
use those
good.
for the baby showers.
Yes, and we've had the garden club meetings up there before too. Whenever our office was closed, so we were happy to have that space as well.
Yeah. Well, good. So, and then, you all, are there any other programs that are coming up? I guess getting moved, you're probably going to be concentrating on that this winter. But I'm just wondering, I guess, are there any programs that anyone should be enrolling in right now with the, like Master Gardener or any of these other, is there anything going on?
Absolutely. Right now is the time to re-enroll for 4-H. You have to re-enroll every year. Even if you've been a 4-H'er for 4 years, you have to enroll again every year. So we're in the process of doing that right now, and young people have until December the 22nd to fill out their 4-H enrollment form and get that turned in. So that's very important. So all of our clubs are starting their new club year. Some of them will have membership deadlines, such as our horse club, our shooting sports club, country ham, livestock. All of those have deadlines, and our sewing. All of those will be kicking off, before the end of the year. And, if young people are interested, they need to go ahead and get registered and let us know so we can get them on our mailing list and make sure they get all the information that they need to participate in 4-H.
Now, will they get that information at school, Roberta, so that they
Yes, a lot of that comes out through school. We've already been in contact with our 4th and our 5th graders, and we'll be working towards, getting that information out over the next month to the remaining grades. We just finished our 4-H leaf collections, so that's how we were, getting our 4th and 5th graders involved right away. So we'll be working on that through school, but they can also come to the Extension office anytime and get that information or those forms from our front office.
Is that online, perhaps, now?
We put it on our website so
Okay.
people can check our Washington County Extension website. We make announcements a lot of times on our Facebook page and Washington County Extension Office Facebook page. So both ways.
You can put Washington County Extension, UKY behind it, and we'll come up first one. The key is the UKY. That makes sure you get the UK's website and the education that way.
Yeah, yeah. Or, as you said, the Facebook page probably has some information, too.
Right, and it'll link
They
you
can-
back to our website,
To the
too.
website, yeah. And then, or they can call the office the old-fashioned way like I do.
Or stop in,
Or stop in.
Right.
You're open Monday through Fridays from 8 to
To 4:30, and we're
but you have
closed at lunch, 12 to noon.
lunch from 12 to
Right.
1, yeah. And so then, and the number there is 859-336, I should know it.
7741.
7741.
You were close.
Well, I got all the first part right, but
I would like-
have it in my phone, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to say if anyone wants to, some things we got going on, we don't have an agriculture agent right now.
I was gonna ask you about that, if
we're
Rick Green
waiting
was-
for our turn to come up to get one of those. We've
Okay.
kind of had a hiring freeze at UK for the budgets and all that with the state budget as well. So when our turn comes up, we'll hopefully get one. But we are still doing ag stuff. Anybody can stop in. If I don't know the answer, then I'll find it.
Okay.
I'm okay with any plant questions. That's good. We find that cattle questions I have to usually call because that's not my area, but we can definitely find the information for you. We do have the cost share programs that are already going. Those people that are involved in those know about that.
In the what now?
The cost share programs, the CAPE program and the Next Generation Farmer programs.
Oh,
There are
okay.
programs where some people can apply to get cost share money through the Governor's Office of Ag Policy, which money comes down from the tobacco settlement. It's kind
Right.
of a long, drawn out kind of thing, but those farmers that are in that already know about that.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to join the Beekeepers Association, they meet the first Mondays of the month at our office at 6 p.m. They usually have a potluck, and then they'll have a little educational component. If anybody wants to join the Washington County Garden Club, they can still do that. We're kind of winding down for this season because it's getting late. We are having a potluck next week on the 5th at the Extension office at 6, but stop by. We'd love to have you for next year. We do a lot of different trips and things during the growing season, go to different places. The Master Gardener Association, you can stop by there, and after you become a Master Gardener, you can join the association. But we'd more than welcome if you wanted to help with wreath making and those things this fall later on. Stop by there. We'll let you help us make wreaths, and then you can do the Master Gardener program when we come back around. We'll probably be next fall, not this fall. We're going to get settled in the new building and moved and all that stuff before we start that long process, but we'd be more than welcome to have you. And if you didn't know, the Master Gardener sold wreaths last year up down Main Street and into individuals.
During our Christmas
Yes,
crackers market.
right. We sold to businesses to hang out
Right.
for that. They cleared about $2,000, and they gave those out as scholarships to for students from Washington County
Yeah, great program.
high school. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you see them come around this fall and they want to sell you a wreath, definitely buy one. The money stays right here.
Yeah,
in
do the
Washington.
live, I mean,
Right, live wreaths.
Live
right.
wreaths,
Absolutely.
as I call them. Yeah.
That brings up one other thing that I'll mention too, that when Dennis was talking about the wreaths, that group has also in the past, when they've raised money, donated to the Food for Kids backpack program. And we are getting ready to kick off our campaign to raise money for that program. We're already feeding 73 students from the school system, sending food home with them for the weekends, and helping in that food insecurity situations that the teachers and the schools find with many families. So it's a really important program, and we're hoping to get our money raised fairly early because they like us to get that money to, we do that through Feeding America. And so we'll be kicking that off probably in the next month or so.
And nobody should go hungry in this country, especially a child. So
Yeah.
definitely, it's a good program.
Yeah, yeah, it is a very good program. So the money that you raise goes to Feeding America, and then that comes back here into the county?
That's
through
correct.
their feeding program?
Right,
Okay.
right. They put all the food together
Foods.
for us. Because they can purchase in bulk and get it at a better cost, and that just helps the money go that much further. And then they deliver it. It's actually delivered to Community Action, and then the Family Resource Centers are able to pick it up there and distribute it to the children that have already been signed up for the program.
Identified, yeah.
And it goes home
Identified.
on the weekends.
Yes.
Right,
mhm.
because
Yeah.
they won't have
Yeah.
lunches at school and
Yeah.
breakfast and things.
Right, right. I love the new program at school where everybody gets to eat for free.
Yes, I think it'd be good if they all did that and just make it across the board.
Yeah. So, because, having done that kind of work professionally, I know in social work how many children, the backpack program for the weekend has benefited
Yes.
them. I'm
Absolutely.
very aware of that. So, and how do they donate to that?
Well, there's two different ways. There is an account for the backpack program at Springfield State Bank. And so people, if they want to just, walk in off the street and make a deposit, for that account, they can. Or they can write it to Washington County Food for Kids Backpack, a check, or bring in cash to the extension office, and then we'll make sure it gets deposited into that account.
Well, good. That's good information to know. So, gosh, as usual, there's a lot going on at the extension office, and so we're waiting on. I know. I'm sure Rick is Greenwell's enjoying his retirement. He was there.
He looks
at
so
the-
refreshed when he stops in and sees us now.
and he was there how many years? Gosh, it was
46.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, waiting on someone to replace him in that part of the, and of course, we're a big community of farmers. So we really need that replacement for sure.
Right.
And then, and what's Laura doing right now? She's working with, Laura Peak working with Cabrina on WOW or the food.
Well, they were at that meeting just a few minutes ago, and I left to come down here to speak with you all. And so they were working on community programs, and I do know they have a series set up at the library. They're going to be holding it at the library, and so you might need to chat with them one day about those programs. And they're going into the schools and teaching nutrition education, and so they're staying very busy.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to be really nice. They're going to be hosting they're joining with the library in a lot of these programs, and of course we have this beautiful new library, so I think that's a perfect fit myself. And then they'll be having the Halloween party down
Yes.
there. Coming that they're instead of at the Idlehour Park this
Right.
year, it will be at the Washington County Library with in conjunction with the extension office. So I forgot the date on that though.
I don't have that. I'm sorry, I don't have that information with me, and
That's okay. We'll work it in.
It's the
at a
first
later
part
Yeah,
of
we'll get her
October.
later to talk about
We'll
that
get that out,
because they
yeah.
have it's
It's-
like 4 four
Yeah.
meeting series. So they're going to have Santa, and it's going to be different things going on.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's really
But
good.
I am having a program next week at the library, since you brought it up. We're doing a Saving Seeds class at the library next Thursday, October the 5th at 5:30.
Okay.
It'll be at the library.
Saving seeds.
Hmm
So you're going to tell us
How
what
to save
kinda-
seeds from your own flowers and
Uh-huh.
vegetables and those kinds of things.
Oh,
That way
good.
you won't have to buy them every year.
Yeah,
Right.
great. Well, good. And that'll be next Thursday at the
At 5:30.
library at 5:30.
Yep.
Okay, well, good. Well, thank you. Well, thank you all for being here today. As usual, you're just full of knowledge and education.
That's right.
So I look forward to having you again. Thanks.